Why are we even doing this? Honestly, if you don't know what the goal is for your marketing initiatives, they're never gonna work. Often clients are like, okay, I'm posting a bunch on social media or I'm sending out newsletters, but they don't really know why or what their goals are. The first question I always ask is, what is the goal? Let's dive into what goals are potentially out there for you to even be looking at and how to understand if something is being effective or not. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you get a notification every time I drop more marketing information on you. Not all marketing initiatives need to lead to a sale. I know that sounds crazy, but honestly, we have to make sure that we're nurturing the leads that we make, and not always is a purchase our final goal. Today, I'm gonna walk you through 8 different goals that we can set around different marketing efforts, and these will really help guide your copywriting and, more importantly, your calls to action, because it shouldn't always be make a purchase. Especially if you have a bigger price product, it's really important that we're sort of like educating and telling people what's going on and why we're offering these things. So let's jump in. The first goal today is traffic. So traffic in short is just sending people to either a landing page or a website or an event page that you want them to get to. Driving traffic is a great way to improve your SEO, but it also means that people are reading the information that you're putting in front of them. We want to make sure that we're getting people over to all of the things that we are doing and creating. The second one could simply be brand awareness. So brand awareness is just introducing your brand to somebody or introducing an aspect of your brand or some storytelling to someone. Brand awareness can be tricky to attach ROI to, but that doesn't mean that it's not important. We really want people to become loyal to our brand and understand the why behind what we're doing. The third point is lead capture. So a lead capture can be anything from a follow to getting someone's email address. Basically, this is the point where someone goes, okay, tell me more, and we get them to come into it. So if you had a store on a street, the lead capture would be them walking into the store. It's just that first step. They might not even be buying something. You're not going to jump through their throats and say, try this on, but it's that first moment when they go, okay, I'm curious, and then they take that first step. So that's what lead capture is. That brings me to point number 4, which is lead nurturing. So once they're there, what's that next step that we're going to do? Again, using the store analogy, this would be like, hey, how's your day? You know, anything in particular you're looking for? We do that a little bit differently on digital, of course, but it's just giving them those first steps, introducing them like snackable pieces. You don't throw the entire store at them at once and say, look at everything we have, it's amazing. No, it's just that little by little lead nurturing. Again, it takes 11 impressions of a brand for someone to actually make a purchase in something that they're interested in. So all that we're doing in this lead nurturing stage is providing them little digestible pieces of information, and based on how they respond to us, you know, taking them into that next step. So if they're interested in that exact thing, we show them more of that exact thing. If they're like, nah, that's not for me, we take them down a different path. Lead nurturing is where we can get really granular with like email retargeting and things like that, where we're taking them down different journeys and different pathways. But this is absolutely critical to getting them to those final steps of actually purchasing or hiring you. The 5th thing we want to talk about is educate. So educating clients and customers is really important for a few reasons. 1, this talks about your expertise and gives you a leg to stand on when you're talking about why they should hire you. It allows you to build that trust with people. Education is also really important for like non-for-profits or anyone who works in like an industry that people don't really know a lot about. So maybe you're an acupuncturist, or maybe you're someone who is trying to educate on the diamond industry. It's really important that you build up that trust around things that people want more information about. And again, you're building that loyalty with that person. Another goal that you could have is engagement. Now, this one is really a great place to get your key, those first 1,000 people who love you to help you amplify your brand. They can like, share, comment, anything that they do that engages with your content is actually a great way for you to be seen by new audiences. Most social platforms in particular actually will start favoring you. So whether it's YouTube and someone shares the video, or it's YouTube and someone comments, what that's gonna do is lift you up a little bit higher and expose you to new audiences that are already looking for content like yours. Number 7 is re-engagement. So re-engagement is when we take people who have already purchased from us or already thought about purchasing from us, and we re-engage with them. This is kind of like nurturing a lead. So what we're gonna do is maybe, ask them how a product was. Ask them to write us a review. Ask them, why is their cart empty? There's these different ways that we can do it depending on where they are in their journey. But what we really want to do here is take that opportunity to humanize our brand. This is a really great place too. If someone was really put off by your product that they purchased, we can fix that relationship then. If we just let them go off into the world and, write us a bad review or talk smack to their friends about our service, we're not really nurturing that. Whereas if someone has a bad experience, and it happens to all of us, what that gives you the opportunity to do is fix that mistake and build loyalty. So that person now not only has a great experience with you, but you also have them for a longer lifetime value of that customer. And the last one, of course, is actually clicking to make that purchase or hire you. Yes, this is the ultimate goal, but again, we do not want to ask someone to marry us on the very first date. We want to make sure to nurture that relationship and make sure it fits when we're actually saying, click here to buy. Now, when it does come time for that, we want to make sure that we have the call to action that allows them to either get in touch with us to book a consultation, click to make a purchase, send us an email so that we can set up a meeting with them. We want to make sure that there's the least amount of steps and the least amount of friction for them to actually go ahead and make that purchase or hire us. In short, it's extremely important for you to know what your goals are when you're putting together fabulous content or throwing an event. It's really not one size fits all, because if you're asking someone to make a $3 coffee purchase daily versus, build their dream home, it's a completely different sales strategy. It's a completely different marketing strategy, and your communications are going to be completely different on different platforms in different formats. So it's really important that when we look at our marketing strategy on whole, that we're putting together something that makes sense to our business and service. Hopefully I answered a lot of your questions about what goals you should be setting around all of your marketing efforts. If I left anything out, please leave me a comment. I'd love to answer that for you. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell so that you can get a notification every time I drop a new video. We'll see you back here next time.